The college basketball experience. Recap of the Elite Eight and look ahead to the Final Four edition on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money prediction sports. Kalshi is available in a ton of states, and you get $10 free with the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN. Welcome, everybody, into the college basketball experience. Elite Eight reaction show, Final Four look ahead. Oh, man, what a day. What a fucking day. What a sport. What a game. We'll dive into it. If you are wondering who you're listening to, I am Moneyline Mac, former staffer with Austin P with the Govs, South Kakalaka with the Gamecocks, and West by God, Virginia with the Mountaineers, also known as... Mac tonight over here. You're looking live. And joining me to talk college hoops. This guy's happy. Look at him. He's over there smirking with his big M. Got the big Michigan hat on there. He is from the state of Michigan. He is a Wolverine. He is the LeBaron driving, cocktail napkin having. He's Noah Bieniek. What's up, brother?
I am doing well, Mac. As you mentioned, feeling on cloud nine with the Wolverines in the Final Four. Welcome to the Final Four. UConn, Michigan, Arizona, and Illinois. I will say this off the top. 2-2 against the spread for me, and all I did was bet spreads in the Elite Eight. Mac, how about you?
2-2 for me. I did have UConn on the money line. We'll talk about that here in a second.
And I believe Colby was 2-2 against the spread as well. I believe he had Iowa and then Arizona, Michigan, and then he had Duke. So then I believe this is the point of the show where he would like to tout, but I did have the alt line on Michigan. And I was on that too, you could say. So, so Mac, we have the assignment today as Colby is currently on Sports Gambling Podcast. It is our job to bicker about the four results that we had today for about an hour, but really three favorites won and covered, and we have to talk about just one game, basically.
Yeah, the other three games suck. Let's just go right in.
Let's just jump to the final game of the weekend.
Duke, UConn. By the way, does this rivalry always delivers? Like Duke and UConn always deliver, whether it's a 2004 Final Four game, the 99 national championship game, 91, Leitner makes a shot. I mean, these two teams, like, whenever they square off, Duke and UConn, it's a classic. Unbelievable game.
You want to start off with this?
Yeah.
The final shot came from an Indiana kid who was committed to Mike Woodson.
Yeah.
Dead-eye three-point shooter, Mac, who would have fit in the DeVries system just fine.
Oh, boy.
Pulls his commitment from Indiana as DeVries takes the job. Lands at UConn.
Absolutely. And
Braylon Mullins.
But, Bieniek, how about UConn winning the game, and they could not make a fucking shot the whole game?
That was the story.
They couldn't make a shot.
Team couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat, man. They were 5 of 23 from 3, began the game 1 of 18. I think you were tweeting out left and right, like, when are they going to make a shot? If they make a shot,
you got to make a shot eventually, right?
I'm like watching this guy tweet it out, and I'm like, dude, just give it up, man. UConn's still up by 10, still just stiff arming them away. Or I mean, Duke up by 10. Because I was sitting on a 4-0 Elite Eight until Purdue puked in the second half and Duke puked in the second half. Otherwise, I would have been, pretty dang good. But we've got a third chair in the house, Mac.
Third man
is up.
Boy, he is the weed growing. Green mowing, weed growing. Troy Chunning, what's up, man?
What's going on? Speaking of puke, puke and rally. I come in a little late here. I got the message from Mac. We were going a little later on, and then decided to set an alarm and go to bed like usual. Don't always get up right away when the alarm tells you to, but we're here a little late. Yeah, DC had a little bit of magic today, huh? That was
my God.
That was something else. I was listening to the game on radio because I gave up on this one at halftime. I straight up gave up, said I was going to the driving range, have the Westwood one on my Sirius radio.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I could run inside and watch this game on the TV in the clubhouse. I don't really want to mess with this mojo right now. I kind of want our bald guy to come back and win this game. So I knew I'd just sit there and listen to it on the radio. What a crazy comeback. I mean, the John Scheyer photo is going to live forever. The one that was the Art But Sports that we did. Oh man, that's going to be I mean, the funny part is seeing the Twitter reaction of like, is it time to fire John Scheyer? We need to talk about firing John Scheyer.
Bieniek, do we want to do the Duke side or the UConn side first?
I think let's talk about
there's two different sides to this.
I think let's talk about the play, and then we'll dive into the sides. Because Sir Coach Mac, you've got a fucking timeout. When is the right time to take the timeout?
Well, actually, I will stand up for John Scheyer.
Did he get punched on the sideline after?
No, he didn't get punched. As a player, you gotta know. Like, you gotta know time and situation. At some point, these players gotta know. If I get fouled, I make 2 free throws, we win the game, and go to the Final Four. I'm not putting that game on John Scheyer. The last play. We'll talk about the sequences leading up to the last play, but I mean, Boozer, you're
which one?
The guard,
Caden.
Yes. Caden. You're an 85% free throw shooter. Fucking get fouled, man up, fucking take the foul, make your 2 free throws. We're going to the Final Four. We're playing Illinois. Like, come on. Like, I'm not going to blame Scheyer on that one. Like, at some point, the players got to play. They're getting paid a lot of money, and
but you have a timeout. You see them just frantically shuffling around and dishing it to each other instead of taking a foul. Do you not just pause it and say, guys, take the foul. Let's go to the line. Let's close this thing out.
Why?
Players got to know that, though.
I know.
What happened to the free throw specialist as a guy that rode the bench and came in the game to catch the ball at the end of the game and personally get fouled, take 2 free throws, and sub out of the game? My only job was to make free throws at the end of games because not the most athletic, maybe a little tall, but where's the guy that's like asking for the ball because he wants the free throws? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, somebody's got to. I understand that you're trying to move the ball, they're trapping it first on the inbounds pass and whatnot, but someone's got to go demand the basketball, right? Someone's got to be the guy that just holds it and is like, I'm the free throw shooter.
I couldn't believe it threw that pass. I couldn't believe it through that pass. I'm like,
everybody that touched the ball in this sequence. Cam Boozer's a 79% free throw shooter. Isaiah Evans is an 86% free throw shooter, and Caden Boozer's an 81% free throw shooter. Yeah. All of them are worthy and capable of taking that.
Just get fouled.
Mac. So this is the other thing. What college basketball player, fan, coach has not watched the Furman game winner?
Oh, I know. Yeah, it looked like the Furman.
Don't chuck the ball straight up. Don't do it. We've seen this already happen before. Like, they punted that game away the same way Virginia did to Furman in the first round a couple years ago.
It's honestly one of the more stunning results because they had a night. We're gonna dive into Duke here in a minute. They had
Let's
a
do it.
19-point lead.
Let's go into Duke now.
All right,
They blew a 19
we have to have
lead.
a real conversation about John Scheyer.
I'll pull up the tweet.
This is bad. Like, and I'm not trying to overreact and pile on Scheyer, even though I can't stand him. But when you do what they did today, on top of what they did against Houston last year,
oh man,
like and Colby defends John Scheyer. This guy is making a quick reputation of one of the biggest choke artists in March Madness history, and it's not even close.
So Duke's last 4 losses. Their last 4 losses. They led by 14 against Houston in the Final Four. They lose that game, and it was 14 with like 4 minutes to go. Today, it was 19 with like 18 minutes to go or something like that, whatever you want to call it. So the Final Four one was the worst loss. This one's just the moment that you're going to remember forever.
I don't know which one's worse, actually.
This one's going to sting worse because of the shot. The shot's everybody's gonna remember the shot. They led by 17 this year against Texas Tech in the Garden. They lost that game. They led by 13 this year against North Carolina in Chapel Hill. They lost that game. And then today they led by 19 against UConn and lost the game. Mac, how did it unfold? Is the question.
Well, here's the bad part too. They have the best players.
Oh my god!
Like Cooper Flag. Have you seen what he's doing in the NBA? Oh my god!
I don't follow the NBA. I don't know.
And Boozer. He's by far the best player in college basketball.
Yeah, both of them.
He's had the best players, and you're choking the
last 2 years.
He should have won back-to-back national championships. These are like epic choke jobs. Like, this is ridiculous. How do you not win? How do you not win either year? Like,
you have a point. You have a point.
I tell you, this guy's a fraud. This guy's a fraud.
This is what we talk about all year when it's youth in March, right?
Yeah.
And that was a freshman point guard that just chucked it up, got tipped at midcourt. UConn intercepts it, chucks up a half-court shot for the game winner with 0.4 seconds left. And that's their first lead since like 3 minutes into the game. So I think for me, I'm going to circle, I think, how this game got lost. They tried to just ice it and sit on the ball.
Yeah.
They took their foot off the gas pedal.
Like Houston last year.
It
was literally the Houston game all over again.
They got conservative. They didn't really. I mean, the first half, man, Cam Boozer was unreal.
He's unbelievable every game.
They didn't abuse that matchup advantage because UConn was struggling to defend it. Then later on in the game, UConn had a couple of guys step up and make some stops. Tarris Reed defensively stepped up and matched Boozer. The final 5-8 minutes of this game got a couple of stops, and that was huge for UConn. But it was the turnovers too. Like Duke was, they finished with 13 turnovers. A good amount of them were in this collapse in the second half, Mac. It's the youth, especially your ball handlers, that, I mean, say what you want. Caleb Foster may not have been 100% today with the 1 day off of rest, He was great on Friday. Asking him to play 2 games in 3 days might have been a tough ask. He was not great today.
He wasn't, but I mean, they were good enough to win the game. They had enough, and I think the thing that'll sting for Duke for a long time, UConn didn't play well. UConn didn't make a shot the whole fucking game.
I know.
They were 1 for 18.
I don't think Duke's last field goal they made was that little flip-up shot at the front of the rim by Cam Boozer with, 3.5 minutes left? 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game? I mean, they made a couple of free throws after that, but how do you not just post Cam Boozer up?
I mean, yeah. They did, and then
they attempted it. Tarris Reed actually defended pretty well in the final few minutes of this game.
I mean, he's the only reason why they were in the game anyways.
Yes.
Tarris Reed had the best game outside of Cam, but,
They didn't use Cam Boozer throughout the entirety of the game. They let him kind of get cold offensively and then tried to go back to it. And the matchup wasn't there advantageous-wise. They didn't take advantage of it, I think, throughout the full 40. They just kind of took their foot off the gas pedal in the middle 15 minutes. Last 5 minutes of the first half, first 10 of the second half. Was there anything else that we wanted to mention Duke-wise?
Yeah, here you go, Bieniek.
Yeah.
We had a request in our group chat. Mac and one of the other guys are like, man, if I could get a choking photo of John Scheyer, that would be great.
Bro.
So there we go.
This is hilarious. This is hilarious because they are the biggest bitch fan base. Like, they are such a soft ass fucking snowflake society. And for them to choke that game away, oh my God. That was ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. As a Duke hater, for them to lose that game the way they did, couldn't even make it up. I thought Houston was improbable last year. They one-upped that. That was crazy.
They one-upped it this year.
And it goes back to the Scheyer thing, man. Like, dude, you've had the number one pick in the draft or number one player in the country back-to-back years. You gotta walk away with one natty.
Yeah,
I think it's one of these two teams.
And I think the other thing that I wanted to bring up on the Duke side of things, like, they went ISO ball too much.
Yes,
with Cam Boozer at just controlling the ball throughout the entire possession. Hey, buddy, go make a play. You're our best player.
Yes, they did that
instead of scheming him a play, like, they just said, we'll give you the ball at the top of the key. Let's play blacktop basketball, and it just doesn't work in the Elite Eight or Final Four or against quality teams like the ones that we listed off. Like,
especially when they got off to the lead, like with Cam kind of distributing the ball out of those plays. Like, he wasn't necessarily just scoring when they were scheming something up for him. He was finding the open man really well.
Yeah, like, if you go back and you dissect the final minutes of all of those losses, I guarantee you there's not many plays that aren't Cooper Flag or Cam Boozer ISO. There really aren't.
And I see the chat talking about, like, Flag and Knipple are killing it in the NBA. They're like NBA All-Star.
Oh, yeah.
Boozer is about to be an NBA All-Star.
Yeah, last year's team was better than this one's, but you got to win a title in one of these.
You gotta knock down the door of one of these two. And so Scheyer is quickly and rightfully so turning into the biggest choke artist in the sport. You can't lose these games. Like, what? You're up 19?
You certainly can't do it against a guy that's now 17-1 in the tournament.
You're up 19 with the best players. You lose? Like, who does that?
I will say, too, I've seen some comparisons thrown around about Hubert at North Carolina.
Yeah.
There's a thing of assembling the roster to get there that I just think that Hubert's failed at that part.
Yeah.
To even move on to where Sheyer's gotten the last couple of years.
Hubert sucks, and Scheyer is just turning into a choke artist.
Yeah. Let's move to UConn. The thing that I'll begin with, and Troy hit on it, like, if he didn't outduel Cam Boozer, he matched him, and he did it defensively in the final minutes, made some clutch plays. And that's Tarris Reed, the big man for UConn. In this game, he goes for 26-9, 3 assists, 4 blocks, 2 steals against Duke. He breaks an NCAA tournament record against Furman in round 1 with 31 points, 27 rebounds, and 3 assists. He has 20 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists against Michigan State, and then was in foul trouble against UCLA and, put up a double-double, 10 points, 13 boards, and 3 blocks. The guy has just been on an unbelievable NCAA tournament run. Yeah. He's turned into a March legend in 4 games. He's the region's most outstanding player. And is he going to be the most – he's turned into a March legend, but is he the most memorable player from this game from the UConn side of view, Mac? Is it Reed or the Braylon Mullins shot?
No, it's definitely Mullins. But Reed's a motherfucker. I mean, he is a dog. I love this kid. He is he's a tough cookie, as they like to say. I mean, he's tough, man. He scores it over both shoulders. I'm gonna go to the coaching side. Dan Hurley, and I like to bust Dan Hurley's balls as much as anybody. He's annoying as hell. Dude, this is a legacy game for him. For him to beat Duke after he's already won 2 natties, 3-4 years ago, whatever it is now, to go to 3 out of 4 Final Fours, this dude's a fucking – put him in the Hall of Fame right now. This guy's a hell of a ball coach.
He's lost 1 game in his last 3 tournaments, and it was to a national championship.
And he almost beat Florida. You're right, Bieniek. Like, this motherfucker – he can coach. He's crazy. He's annoying. Yeah, he's a villain. Me personally, I like him. I'm starting to like him more and more.
But to me, it's like I think this coaching staff's gold. Boston College may have just hit a home run with Luke Murray. He's been there side by side since Wagner. Kamani Young, anybody should be on their knees for that guy right now.
100%. Yeah, no, their culture's so good. I think that's the biggest takeaway. Like I said, they did not make a shot the entire game. They were terrible today, and they still beat Duke. That was just a toughness win. The pure toughness, grit, grind, championship pedigree. Congrats, UConn fans. I hate UConn. I hate UConn. But you tip your cap and go, well done. Well done, guys.
Yeah, honestly, I thought Mac would come around on Dan Hurley faster than this, mostly because we've kind of gotten away from the idea of these old school coaches where, the team kind of comes together in this mutual hate of your evil, mean head coach, right? That's how it's supposed to be. That's how old school sports were. And the funniest thing is when you see the celebrations of a Michigan State team or a UConn team like this, they're all running and hugging Hurley right away. And he's the most excited person for all of them because the game's over. And that's when you can be friends with your players. John Scheyer is friends with his players all game long. Dan Hurley motherfucks them the whole time. And when they finally get it done, then we can be friends. Then we can enjoy our time. He definitely has some magic up his sleeve, and I'm agreeing with Noah there. I would pretty much take anybody from the staff with what they've done over the last few years. That you got to think that they've got something that they're keeping to themselves. You don't get to see guys go 17-1 in the NCAA tournament that often.
Yeah, and their only loss is to Florida.
Yeah,
who they almost beat, and they won the Natty. This is a crazy run by UConn and the tourney.
Yeah, and I will say this too. Duke was down, or UConn was down 19 in this one to Duke. They were up 21 on Michigan State the other night, and they persevere and win in both game scripts when both got tight at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. I think that to me is more impressive than anything. That you kind of used the experience you had with. You were the one up by 20 against Michigan State. You let them back into that game. And then in this Elite Eight game, you were the one that was down by 20. And then you crawled back into it slowly but surely, the exact same way that Sparty did in the second half. Bang, it's a game. And if anything, they did it perfectly where they didn't give Duke any time to kind of react to UConn taking the lead because they took it with 0.4 seconds left on the clock.
They stole that game. I mean, that's it's one of the more. It feels like Houston last year, and I keep going back to Duke. Like, how do you lose both those games like that? Unbelievable.
How great is it that Mullins thought they were down 3?
I know. He thought he was shooting for the tie.
He thought they were tying the game there. So even like I was thinking about it, at first I'm thinking, man, the missed free throw actually led to a 1-point win instead of them like taking a 2-point shot and still trying to win the game or something like that. But we get this incredible 40-foot, probably the most accurate 3 we've seen since like a Dame Lillard game winner from that range in a while. That the thing was right in the middle of the hoop. There was no missing there.
I didn't.
And then he does the post-game interview, and he's like, well, first of all, I'm just happy that shit went in. I was trying to pass it to Caravan because he had at least made 1 during the game. I was 0 for 4. And then he goes, and to be honest, I thought that was for the tie. The whole time we're sitting here going, Dan Hurley's this awesome coach. He's got everybody prepared for the scenario. It's all perfect. No, the dude that hit the shot was, you still got kids in March that are caught up in the moment. It's going to happen. Just good to have the momentum on your side then, I guess, because that was wild. I thought Caravan was going to shoot it too, especially because he had just finally drilled one coming off a screen on the possession before. Was not expecting the pass back for the 40-foot heave.
Dude, I love Caravan. I love Caravan. He
had a tough game.
College basketball player. He was horrible today. And then when you're down 4, got to have a shot, he nuts up and makes a big 3. I'm like, this is what everything college basketball is about. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I see a lot of narratives flying on this game too. Like, and I don't know if this is social media or we just don't know how to describe, what we watched anymore. But this isn't in the category of like greatest March Madness games ever. It was this is how you describe this game. It was one of the more improbable comeback victories for UConn. And it's one of the most memorable shots in the NCAA tournament, especially when you consider it being a game winner. It wasn't like a back and forth entertaining affair that makes it the greatest game of all time. It was one of the all-time great moments and great game-winning buckets.
It's right? Like Leitner. Leitner was in an Elite 8 game against Kentucky. This was a lot like Leitner. Like a crazy play, loose ball, flip it back, and onions. I mean, unbelievable.
Onions, double order.
Oh, right. I thought we were going to lose Bill Rafferty today. I thought he died.
Dude, I mean, everybody gives Stan Van Gundy shit for his reaction to the Virginia Furman. I mean, did you not watch Grant Hill and Raftery watch like an all-time moment? Like, first off, it's the play-by-play guy's responsibility to describe what the fuck just happened. And then the secondary guy comes in, and Stan Van Gundy was the tertiary guy. I can't believe I have to defend the SVG, but I just did. I mean, Grant Hill and Raftery were stunned as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best one since Jalen Suggs, right?
Well, no, the Furman Virginia one was after Suggs.
You have Lamont Butler too.
Yeah, I'm talking Lamont about Butler. I mean, this is also an Elite 8 matchup. Like this is later in the tournament, a little bit more riding on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lamont Butler happened in 2024 against FAU to win.
But when it comes to, we're talking about like, because I kind of agree, this is going to go down as one of the greater March Madness games, but it really is just the moment that it is the peak of it.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to a lot of those other games were really good back and forth games that came to that climactic peak. This one was, a sluggish kind of bullshit game, and then pile it all on in the last 15 minutes. Yeah, it's nuts.
UConn had no answer for what Duke was doing offensively. It did not look good.
They just stopped doing it. It's kind of crazy. I saw Micah Parsons had a big bet on Duke and wants the game investigated because they stopped running the same offense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw him tweeting out, rage tweeting about how he lost his bet because the game's rigged. Duke stopped running offense on purpose.
Wow.
What did this money line get up to at the highest that you saw? Because I saw 14-1.
It was 14-1 or 15-1, I think.
Shout out if anybody jumped on that one.
I was chilling on Duke. I was not hawking a live line at all there. I was actually counting my money, thinking that I had a shot of going 3-1 in the Elite Eight. But that's college basketball for you. Mac, do you want me to hit this ad or you want to?
You can hit the ad.
Is there anything else that we want to mention on this game before we move on?
I think we've hit it. I mean, that's Duke. That's a bad loss. That's a tough loss.
That one is going to sting.
That one is going to sting. Like, which one stings more, that or Houston?
Houston, without a doubt, because they did it within like 4 minutes of game time. This one was a slow death. It was a slow burn, and then it was cut the cord at the end with the 3.
Yeah, I think they're pretty close, but it's great. Fuck Duke. Fuck Duke.
And UConn avenged their loss with Leitner's shot. That was the joke narrative because it was like 30 years ago, but they avenged their loss to Duke with Leitner.
All for it. Always great to see Duke lose.
All right, let's talk about the SGPN app because baseball is back, and so is the MLB Gambling Podcast, and you can find all Daily Picks podcasts for any podcast at Sports Gambling Podcast Network with the SGPN app or wherever you get your podcasts. And the college basketball experience is brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best ticketing app out there. It has over 35 million downloads. SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals. And hey, we know the Final Four teams now. Head on over to Indy if you're interested and purchase up some tickets over at SeatGeek there if you've got the couple $1,000s to do it. But SeatGeek will give you the best deals that are on the market for that game. Because trust me, you're going to want to save every buck if you're coughing it up to go to Indy this weekend. MLB's back. The NHL playoffs and NBA playoffs are right around the corner. Same with college baseball is heating up. World Cup is coming around the corner as well. SeatGeek has your back, and each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Just look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. And, of course, we have the code for you guys. Just use SGPN10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That is 10% off any tickets with the promo code SGPN10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek. And the college basketball experience is also brought to you by Kalshi. They are a real money prediction market, legal in a ton of different states. Kalshi has a ton of trading options for your favorite sports. New Kalshi customers get $10 when they use the promo code SGPN. That is Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And Underdog Fantasy has you covered for Pick'em for almost every sport. Underdog has just increased their payouts. 2 pick entries now pay 3.5x, and 3 pick entries now pay 6.5 times your entry. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up today with the promo code TCESGPN. And we are back here on the college basketball experience. Myself, Noah Bieniek, joined alongside Moneyline Mac and Troy Tuning. Let's talk about UConn's opponent in the Final Four. That will be the Illinois Fighting Illini as they take down Iowa by a score that covered the spread, and that score was Illinois 71, Iowa 59. Close game pretty much throughout. That got a little dressed up at the end here for this cover, Mac. You were on Iowa with Colby. Tell me how it was from your point of view.
Definitely dressed up. But hey, shout out to Illinois, man. They continue to find ways to win. They beat Houston on Friday night. They beat Iowa. Thursday night. Then they beat Iowa last night. They didn't make shots either. They were 3 for 17 from three. They find a way to win by 12. This Illinois team is finding ways to win without making shots. So, like, you're got to be impressed with the Illini. And Brad Underwood breaks through. Shout out to Brad. He's on the hugs tree. Happy for him. They get it done against Iowa.
Troy, what were your thoughts from this one? Iowa and Illinois. You're muted, bud. Sorry.
Yeah, there we go. Kind of early on in the game, you kind of saw a look on Wagler's face that looked like he was going to take the game over. At least to me, he seemed like he was going to very confidently kind of stroll through this one. I mean, you got to give credit to Bennett Sturtz. He did have the most turnovers in a March Madness game so far today in this run with 2. He had 1 in the combined games before this, so he finishes with 3 whole turnovers when he's basically carrying the ball up the floor every single possession for this Iowa team, which is, you want to give some flowers to this Iowa team. They played pretty well, but yeah, Illinois looks a lot like kind of what we expected Houston to look like. They are still able to out physical and out tough you. And then on the games where they do have guys making shots, it's impossible to beat them right now. So, I mean, they looked great in this. There was a little while where I didn't know if they would cover this game or not. And then they just kind of pull away as it goes on with maybe Iowa getting kind of worn out or something like that. But the biggest difference I see is the Stojakovic kid is, out of all the token white guy 3-point shooters in college basketball, he seems much more willing to drive to the basket and confident in finishing around the cup around taller guys. He's kind of got that Steph Curry to him where he goes in down low enough that he gains his own space on the perimeter as the game goes on. And it's always threatening. A lot of these guys just like to bomb up threes and really hope that they're hot. If you got a guy that can get to the basket and see a couple go through the rim first, that's always the key to success. And yeah, Illinois looks like a well-oiled machine right now. Shout out to Underwood.
That's a great point, Troy, because Stojakovic is one of the guys that we were talking about in that Houston game where he had so much success just cutting towards the basket, whether it be, through the paint or from the baseline. Illinois has had the knack of being able to really use elite ball movement to create an open lane down low. And they started this game pretty slow too. I think Iowa got out to like a 13-2 run, if I remember correctly. And Max said it. Illinois was not able to make a shot, but at the same time, Bennett Sturtz, he had a game today, went for 20, or he had a game on Saturday, went for 24 points. But this NCAA tournament run, it was more about the supplementary pieces for Iowa stepping up, because this was the worst 4-game stretch, I think, of his entire Division I college basketball career, shooting percentage wise. It was not Bennett Sturtz's last 2 weeks, but just this game, there was not a guy that you could circle that stepped up for Iowa to be the difference maker, where it was just the Sturtz show. You look at Alvaro Folgueras, he only had 9 minutes in this one, only had a handful of shots, but he kind of got exposed in the first half defensively, struggled with Illinois' size and physicality, and you saw why he at times didn't play a whole lot during the regular season and got stapled to the bench. But I mean, this is still a hell of a run for Ben McCollum, and I believe this is going to be his worst team that he has at Iowa, just because this team, this run put them on the map, and I don't think he's going anywhere because he's born and raised corn-fed. And for Illinois, Mac mentioned like giving Underwood some flowers. Like, I'm not a fan of it. and the way that college basketball is trending, because it's not just Illinois. Like Arizona's got a handful of Euros, Michigan's starting a Euro, but Brad Underwood literally went in person overseas, scouted these guys, got to know agents like in person, and it was one of the more followed and tracked and newsworthy offseason stories of this college basketball offseason, and it paid off big time. He's getting his first career Final Four in like, what is it, a 30-year coaching career? So massive kudos to him diving it head first into something that I'm not even aware if he fully knew or had faith in what he was doing, but it ends up paying off in spades. And I think it'll be more used by him and others moving forward, going over and getting this overseas pros to come in and play the game, because these freshmen are not 18-year-olds like you were watching with Duke. These freshmen are 20, 21. They know what they're doing with the ball in late game moments, and weren't coughing it up. They take care of the ball. I mean, they had 8 turnovers today, and that's actually quite a bit for them. And go 18 to 21 from the line. They don't make any mental mistakes, really. Illinois did a lot of winning things in order to pull off this win against Iowa.
Yeah.
Anything else we'd like to add?
No, I'm happy for Brad. Brad's been knocking on the door for a while now. We saw them, and ironically, they got boat raced by UConn in the Elite Eight last time he had a shot at the Final Four. So he gets one more shot at them. But yeah, I mean they've come together here, and they have an identity, and them and UConn's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, so earlier this season, Illinois played UConn. The Huskies won that game by 13. It was played at Madison Square Garden. So I do remember the Illini having a good contingency there for that game in that arena, but still probably 60% of a UConn crowd. I do not expect that for this Final Four game. I expect this to be an Illinois crowd right in their backyard. I think they may have the biggest fan base in Indianapolis this weekend. Guys, in this game, I saw this screenshot by Ant Wright. You had for Illinois, Tomislav Ivisic played 25 minutes. Yep. David Mirkovic only played 18 minutes. Keaton Wagler only played 14 minutes. Ben Humrikas played 25 minutes. Mahalo Petrovic played 18 minutes. And Jake Davis only played 9 minutes. Everything that I just mentioned there, it is all inverted. This team has a different identity. They only lost that game by 13. Again, they shot it pretty poorly in that one against UConn. What is the winning recipe, do you think? We're not picking this game right now, but what's the recipe for Illinois to be able to pull off this upset, Mac?
Well, it's not an upset. They're favored.
Illinois is favored over UConn?
Yeah, they're favored by 2.5.
I find that surprising.
Yeah, I think Illinois has been the better team, to be honest. Like UConn has the magic because they beat Duke in a magical game, but yeah, Illinois I think is a better roster top to bottom, talent wise.
I think they're gonna need a better performance than what we saw in this Iowa game out of somebody like Kylan Boswell, because the guard play is going to have to keep up with how UConn is going to try to attack them. I think they're physical enough to kind of deal with Tarris Reed. I'm sure he will still get his down low. He's, it's nice to see a classic big man in there using the footwork and getting some buckets, but there is a chance that Tarris Reed is just a little too strong down low, and with how he's been playing recently. I know we mentioned it after Iowa had won to get them to this Illinois game, and we were talking about if Ben McCollum thinks that his team is tough right now, this is probably the least tough team we're going to see out of them. And then they get kind of out-toughed by Illinois. They're not going to be able to do that against UConn. They're going to have to make shots, really. And again, I've just been scared of this Dan Hurley magic for too long, really.
I am kind of with Troy in the thought process that I think Tarris Reed. So back when they played this game the first time, actually, Tarris Reed was coming off the foot injury. Only played 15. Only played 15 minutes, and yeah, it was his. I don't know if it was his first game back, but he was missing time.
No, I remember because it was a noon game on Black Friday, and we didn't know if Tarris Reed would play or not, and then he popped up and he was going to play. Him and I think Ball was injured too.
So he played the first game of the year, or he did not play the first game of the year. Played the next 3, missed the next 2. Popped up, played that Illinois game, and then missed the next 2 after.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
I remember that. It was a noon Black Friday game. I remember that shit. At the Garden. So, court.
I'm expecting him to make a bigger difference in this new so we've seen these two teams play before this season, but we really haven't seen these current form of teams play each other this season. And I like that. I like I would prefer new matchups. And this is the one renewal that we're seeing. But in essence, you got a new identity Illinois team and a UConn team with a fully healthy Tarris Reed, and it should be a great matchup. And I'm going to take Reed in that front court matchup, and I'm going to take Dan Hurley in the X's and O's and tactitional matchup there between Brad Underwood. But in that Iowa game, that second matchup of the weekend, that's where we've seen Underwood kind of get, or be pedestrian, I guess, as a coach. He's not a difference maker. He hasn't cost his team any, but he did get outscored and ran up on UConn like a 30-0 run or whatever it was a couple of years ago on that second game of a weekend. But I'm very interested to see how that result comes out. Let's move to the second game of that Saturday, which was, guys, Purdue in the first half. They had them in the first half. I think what they say on social media. And to Mac's statement there, Purdue played well. If that is what Arizona is going to do in the final 20, I don't know how you beat this Arizona team, because Purdue was hitting shots in the first half. They were, I think, forcing Arizona to be uncomfortable offensively, forcing them a little bit into not some of their strengths, which was like the outside shooting. And then Arizona just imposed their will in the second half. Mac, tell me how I was wrong picking this game, taking Purdue against the spread in this matchup.
I mean, you look good for 20 minutes, but this fucking Arizona team is a whack. The way they just beat the fuck out of you. I thought Purdue played well. And that's the scary thing, I think, is Purdue actually played pretty well. And you have a veteran group, proud program. I mean, you have Braden Smith, who has played in how many college basketball games? Fletcher Lawyer, who's played
or some shit.
Yeah, like these guys, Kaufman and Brett, these guys have played in games. But this Arizona team is fucking a whacking. They just beat the fuck out of you. They impose their will. They win the game they win the game at the rim. They win the game in the paint. They didn't play well, and they still won by 15 against Purdue. That's kind of like eye-opening, in my opinion.
And we haven't even seen the game where Del Orso decides to make his 3-pointers yet.
Yeah, no, they don't even make threes. They don't make shots at all. Yeah, I can't wait for them.
If anything, that was the game for him. Fun. If anything, that was the game for him to step onto the court and shoot a couple of threes, because Purdue was playing zone for a little bit and forcing them to take a little bit of outside shots. And Del Orso only saw the court for 9 minutes, took 3 shots, hit 3 threes, and hit 1 3. So,
you don't need it if you're going to have your post guys between like Karchenkov and Koa Pete shoot like 65% from the floor. Just keep feeding the big men. I mean, Koa Pete everybody knows how good he is, and doesn't have a jump off the box score game, and it's like people forget about him. That's how good the Arizona team is. Everybody already moved to Braden Burries is now the best player on the team. Oh wait, no, Jaden Bradley's actually still the best player on the team. Oh, we forgot about Koa Pete. Yeah, this Arizona team is, as much as Mac has been on the quest for winning over Steffi Smalls with his bear down campaign. I think he might be right. This might just be, what did Charles Barkley call it? The Arizona ass kicking invitational.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you saw Mac. I'm not sure if you saw the NC Nick subtweets at you this weekend.
No,
but we'll mention it now. Arizona at the free throw line in this one, 22 free throws to 13 for Purdue in the Sweet 16 against who is that? Who they play in the Sweet 16 again?
But they don't shoot jump shots, so they should shoot free throws.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
They literally do not shoot a jump shot.
Don't push back on me for the same.
They don't even shoot 10 threes a game. Attempts. They don't
Don't push back on this shit. No.
They don't even shoot threes.
Don't push back on this, because against Arkansas they have 39 free throw attempts to 26. Against Utah State they had 39 free throw attempts to 11.
How many threes did they attempt?
And against Long Island they had 33 to 10.
Fuck Long Island.
I don't want to hear it. It
sucks.
Goes both ways, and this is a 1 seed getting a whistle, and it's not going the other way.
Whistle my dick.
Hey. It's not just me noticing it. NC Nick subtweeted you on it, and you didn't see it.
They don't shoot threes. Everything's at the rim.
I understand. I don't want any pushback. I'm just mentioning a nugget.
Actually,
no. This is not how we play this game. All I get to do is mention a stat, and then you have to explain to me, and then I'll mention a stat. It all ends at free throws. Free throws, free throw numbers, the deciding factor in the game, Mac. That's what changes.
Arizona shot 8 threes against Arkansas and boat racers sorry asses by fucking 30. And they only shot 10 more free throws. They only shot 8 threes the entire game.
Logic's not going to work with me when I have the stat that explains free throws. They had 39 free throws against Arkansas. They had against Utah State 39 free throws to 11.
Against Arkansas shot 26.
Against you, it was still 13 more. And then against Utah State, they had 39 to 11.
Yeah, Arkansas lost because they went 5 for 23 from 3. They suck.
How about this Purdue game? They won by 15, and they had 9 more free throws. That's 2 possessions. That's a 2-possession game.
That's why Arizona won.
I'm just Uno reverse carding you, and this is how you react. I just want you to know.
I know what you're doing. Houston shot 2.
Purdue shot 13.
13. All they did was shoot jump shots the entire
13 with Oscar Clough and Trey Kaufman-Renn.
Yeah, and Trey Kaufman-Renn and Braden Smith, your 2 experienced guys that have been around, combined to go like 9 of 30 in the game.
Yeah.
Trey Kaufman-Renn had 14 field goal attempts around the rim. That guy shot 1 free throw, Mac.
They finally called a game fair for Trey Kaufman-Renn instead of letting him shoot 45 free throws in a game. He does seem to get whistles a lot, so when he wasn't getting them this game, I kind of felt the same way too, Noah. I was like, man, that's usually one that he gets. Troy, I have to be honest.
We spotted
Troy
7 points.
Trey Kaufman-Renn's last 7 games at the free throw line. 2 free throws, 2 free throws, 0 free throws, 3 free throws, 3 free throws, 4 free throws, 1 free throw. I don't want to hear that he gets 36 free throws or whatever again. So, yeah, 1 free throw for TKR, the big that they went to 14 times in the game. Mac.
Bieniek, they got their ass whipped.
They were winning at half. Houston didn't sniff a lead.
Bieniek, that shit was never in doubt in the second half. That was the easiest live bet of the year.
I'm just putting this as an Uno reverse because Houston wasn't even close to Illinois in that game.
I disagree. They cut it to fucking like 6.
And I disagree. Purdue was up at half.
Purdue, fuck Purdue.
Purdue dictated what Arizona was doing for an entire 25 minutes.
Phoenix, they were down 20 with fucking 2 minutes left. They got their fucking
Houston got their ass kicked. That's why I'm doing this.
Not get their ass kicked. This team got their ass kicked.
Houston definitely got their ass kicked.
No. The shit got down to 6 with fucking 2 minutes left. Fucking Purdue, get the fuck out of here with Purdue. Like I like Purdue. It's a proud program.
I just wanted to see what your reaction would be, and I got exactly what I wanted. I'm eating my popcorn over here. This is exactly what I knew was going to happen.
You're about to get your teeth kicked in by fucking Arizona too.
I'm happy we got to a Final Four, Mac.
Yeah,
like we lose in the Final Four. So what? We lost to a 1 seed.
Purdue is a great run. They overachieved coming down the stretch because they were not playing well in February. Fucking Purdue had no shot in this game. They had a nice little Arizona
winning after 20
Arizona
minutes.
spotted them 7 points, and then they still beat it by 20.
There we go. Hasty the most.
And if they even up the free throws, it's a close game by Max math. It is a close game. It's a different game. Totally different.
No,
by Max math.
There's no math when Koa Pete's put his nuts.
There is math when there's no foul trouble whatsoever for Arizona. That's one thing they haven't had to deal with.
Oh, what are you watching?
It's definitely the one thing that could cause them issues. If
watching basketball,
if there are a
Mac.
ref crew that's ticky tack and somebody like Koa who gets in foul trouble, it's not something they've
terrible take. Purdue.
I don't care if it's a good take or not. I'm just giving you a stat, and you don't like it.
Never winning this game. They were never winning this game. They were never going to win this game.
They were winning it after 20 minutes.
Yeah. Then what happened? Belt the fucking ass. Belt the ass. Bear the fuck down. They got killed.
Yeah.
This would have been a good first half money line for you, Mac.
Trey Kaufman had 1 free throw. The team had 13 total.
Say it again. What's that?
TKR had 1 free throw. The team had 13 total.
TKR sucks. TKR sucks.
I don't care if he sucks or not. Houston sucks. That was the argument the other night. That's the only reason why I'm bringing it up tonight.
TKR ain't going to shoot free throws because Krivas is just go, I'm 7'3", I'm going to beat your shit out into the second row. Like, fuck off, my friend. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy, I'm sure. But he ain't beating Arizona. These fuckers from Arizona, they're crazy. This team is unbelievable. You better move on to the next game. You better hope Rick Barnes coaching.
We'll move on to that next game in a second, but I want to tell everybody about Rhythm first because they are your official data tool for dominating the March Madness, college hoops madness. Rhythm continues to crush in college hoops. They had a bracket begin 34-0 this year before they took their first loss in that TCU Duke game. Plus, Rhythm with their MLB projections are live, and they continue their heater on NBA props. Are you looking to go premium? Use the promo code SGPN25 to try it out when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use the promo code SGPN25. And we are also brought to you by NoVig. NoVig is America's #1 sports prediction market. And with NoVig, you are getting the best prices out there. Download the NoVig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. That is NoVig. Get in on the action with the promo code SGPN. And don't forget about our March Madness sale. 15% off everything in the store, but it's not going to last forever. We got 2 days left on this, guys. 15% off all orders. Use the code MARCH on the sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store to get all your TCE gear and Let It Ride hat, merch, SGPN gear, Sports Gambling Podcast gear. Rock the shows that are cashing you tickets. We don't ask for tips. All we ask for is a nice spread of the word, and you can do that with rocking some very sick merch. So use the promo code MARCH for 15% off all of your orders. And let's talk about that last game that Mac was hinting at a little bit. Arizona's next opponent will be the 1 seed out of the Big Ten, who won the Big Ten regular season by 4 games, a historically strong Big Ten that had 5 Elite 8 teams, a historically strong Big Ten conference that had 2 Final Four teams, and Michigan, the 1 seed, takes over control in this game with 30 minutes to go against Tennessee. Watching the first 10 minutes, this thing was back and forth. If anything, Michigan started out very, very slow and kind of, methodical, almost to the point where they were playing to their competition. A couple of silly turnovers. And then we're back. All right. I hope I'm back. Where did I leave off?
You said and then it disappeared.
And then Adai Ma picks up 2 fouls. He gets reinserted into the game in the first half. Huge. And then Yaxel Lendeborg makes the reverse layup to go up 19-16.
By the way, that was offensive goaltending.
It was already in, but by rule, it was offensive goaltending.
It didn't matter.
It wasn't needed. It was in. Yeah, it was in the hoop. But that was the turn. That was the turning of the tide. As Colby will use the sound drop often. Easy to see a tide turn because it goes 19-16 after that bucket. That was pretty sick. And then you blink and it's 38-18. It was like a 24-2 run for Michigan in that one. And that was kind of all she wrote, as Tennessee's not really designed to come back. I have more thoughts, but Mac, that to me was what ultimately was the kill shot, as Evan Miyakawa would put it. Your thoughts on Tennessee and Michigan?
Yeah, it was a haymaker. Late first half that between the the second quarter, if we were playing quarters.
It was under 12 to under 4 in the first half.
Michigan's good, man. I've said all year Michigan's really good, and they got all the pieces. They make shots, and their defensive versatility with how much length they have on the defensive end, I think is pretty damn good. So I hated that Rick Barnes lost in the Elite Eight again.
It's so tough, dude.
But honestly, though, for Barnes, it was a great year.
They overachieved this year.
Yeah, they way overachieved this year. This team was not that good.
I was going to say this was one that I also turned off at halftime, and it didn't have the same magical feeling at the end as the later game did. I knew that we were going to – I was hoping that the later game was going to be better than this. So at halftime, I did the same thing. I was kind of listening on the radio, doing some stuff around the house instead of sitting in front of the TV watching this massacre. Yaxel, the X Factor. Yaxel is come a long way. I know the chat's saying it, but we've got some other super chats for you here, Noah. We got Jay North saying, Noah, you got to stop lying to yourself. U of M spent money to hang the championship banner. No real fan is happy just getting there. # those who stay. And then we got GBO Farms that says, turns out Davy Crockett's musket was a Chinese-made piece of shit. I don't care. I'm going to talk shit whether we win or lose by 100. Michigan and their black Germans can blow me. Vols for life.
Love it.
Shout out GBO.
Lendeborg is a German last name. It kills me, but he's Dominican.
Yeah, so. He's not German.
Lendeborg's a motherfucker.
He is, dude. He's unbelievable.
That's a good point too. If they had Case on, man, this would be I mean, I'll talk the same way I do about Michigan, about Arizona. There's so many guys on the team that it feels like they just overwhelm you with talent, and it's exactly what happened here.
Yeah, I mean, LJ Kaysen was a big piece of this team. He was their best on-ball defender and also a 40% three-point shooter, and he could handle the ball on possessions where we need where they needed Elliot Cadeau to take a blow. But I think I said it like the night of the injury or the night after it was announced, like this team can still win a national championship without Kaysen. Because Cadeau's on the floor at the time was for 30 minutes. Now he's on the floor for like 36, 37. And they're still not really an issue. So yeah, I think that first half swing of momentum was ultimately key. Michigan had the crowd in Chicago. I was worried if it was going to be Iowa State. That would have been probably a 50-50 building when it comes to noise, but Tennessee, they're a great fan base, but when it comes to basketball, and they're not as in droves in person as they are for football or if they're making a run in baseball or whatnot. So, yeah, that was a big edge for Michigan. And Troy already mentioned Yaxel, so I'll do Roddy Gale. Had a huge couple of threes in this one. Namari Burnett and Will Cheddar stay from the 8-win Juwan Howard Michigan team. They've been through it, kind of seen it all. 8 wins to last year they won the Big Ten tournament title, went to the Sweet 16, and this year win the Big Ten regular season title and go to the Final Four. Happy for those two guys. And McKinney has just continued to emerge and evolve as a player, as a freshman, getting more minutes. He's kind of cleaning up some of that LJ Kaysen role as the three-point shooter, and he's gotten better and better. And him and Cadeau have already announced that they're coming back for next year. But to the response, I believe it was to Josh North, Jay North there, saying like, you're not just happy to get there. You want to win the national title. Yeah, but I didn't spend any of the money. I'm happy that we're in the Final Four. It's not, none of that's my money. And it's Arizona. Like, they're a really damn good team. I know Michigan's favored by like 1, but that's a 50-50 coin flip game. If they end up losing that game, I'm not out in the streets calling for Dusty May's name. I'm not out in the streets saying Yaxel Lendeborg was a waste of money. Like, they kind of fulfilled expectations here. And I'm pretty satisfied. When they're hitting their shots from deep, they are a very hard team to beat. And that's where I'll take you guys to the same conversation that we had about, first off, any more on Tennessee against Michigan here?
No, I mean, domination, and Arizona, Michigan. I think those have been the two best teams all year. That's gonna be a fun game. That's gonna be a fun ass game.
Yeah, I kind of threw all year through Duke into that conversation. I gotta take it on the chin here because I gave out that take that I thought Duke, Arizona, Michigan would all be last standing in Final Four because I thought those three teams had set themselves apart. Obviously, Duke falls in the final seconds against UConn, so that take was not correct, but it was so close. So same question or same talking topic that we had with Illinois against UConn. Now to Michigan, Arizona. I will paint the picture in how Michigan needs to defeat Arizona. I'm assuming that Mac and Troy will paint the picture of how Arizona needs to beat Michigan because both of these teams in total have just been defeated 5 times. Michigan has 3 losses. Arizona only has 2. How do you crack these impenetrable forces? For Michigan, I think the game plan has to be, first off, you're going to need to play with pace like they have all year, and make sure that you are getting many possessions in this game, because if Arizona is able to just suck the clock and lean on you physically and be able to drive defensively and score on half of their possessions, I think that's a resume of winning. But if Michigan's able to run up and down the floor at their pace, they hit some shots, The way I think you knock off Arizona is you build a lead. They have not trailed for long periods of time this season. I know that Purdue just had that lead at halftime against Arizona very quickly. It got swallowed up after the halftime kind of stalled momentum for Purdue. Purdue in the second half wasn't able to hit shots. I think Michigan, with their kind of waves of momentum that we've seen, they're a very streaky team. They can start slow and they can kind of be slow and methodical the entire game, or they can be up and down, run around with their heads cut off, and they're kind of in that flow state and they're hitting shots. Their ball movement's unbelievable. The way I think you win this game is you just have to match the front court, which is it's a tall task, but running at your pace, you have a chance of wearing them down. If they play from behind, I don't know if they're able to hit the shots to make sure that they get back into the game and win the game. Mac, best path to success for Arizona? Is it just more of the same? Just fucking bowl in a china shop? They're running straight, they're running through, or anything changed in the game plan here?
If Arizona's at their best, I don't think anybody's beating them. Now, it's a single elimination tournament. They could not be able to throw the ball in the ocean, and Michigan could make a bunch of shots, and maybe Michigan knocks them off because Michigan's really good. But if Arizona plays the way Arizona's played, I don't see anybody beating them. So I think it's more of the same. Dominate the paint, dominate the rim, dominate the backboards, and they should cut down the nets.
Troy, how does paint the picture on how Arizona beats Michigan here?
Paint the picture on, I think I'm going to be on your side here, actually, Noah, believe it or not, because the way that you beat tall teams is you have forwards that can stretch the floor and make shots. It not necessarily fill up the basket with a bunch of threes, just make them at the right time to continually stretch the team. If Arizona gets in a position where they need any of those stretch players to hit threes between Pete Karchenkov and Krivas, they're all just 30% three-point shooters. So you're really hoping for a variant game where a couple of them go in, whereas I trust Yaks to step out and hit a three at any point in time. So I think that there's a path here for Michigan to stretch the floor a little bit offensively and maybe not just go front court on front court, power versus power. I think that's still a viable play for either team here, as I don't really know which front court to give the direct advantage to down in the paint, but I do think Michigan can stretch it a little bit more, and that does scare me a little bit.
Mac, do you think that Arizona bigs are going to use the three ball in this one at all? I don't know if that's necessarily my prediction, but it is interesting that Troy brings up the point that all of them are shooting around 30%. It's not like we could see the Zach Edey three ball in this game. There was like one every 5 games from Purdue, you know. Is that in the game plan or in up Arizona's sleeve at all?
I don't think so. I think this is good. This game is just gonna be a war. I think the game is won at the rim. I think both teams are super physical. And maybe if Arizona could make 6 or 7 threes, that'd be nice. But but yeah, I think this could be a fascinating matchup with all the size on the floor.
Yeah, and to Troy's point, maybe this is a Del Orso. You utilize Del Orso for 15 to 20 minutes in this game, and you've got that ace up your sleeve. Otherwise, I don't know if Pete and Krivas and Awaka are stepping out and shooting any, but they may just step out for spacing in this one because Burry's three ball, I think, will be in the game plan. How about
who wins the guard play?
Bradley. Arizona's guard plays better. I think Michigan's front court's good enough, if not better, to match it, especially defensively. I think Merez and Adaimara are the best defensive big man duo in the country. So I think they're very, very even in the front court. That's where this year's college basketball domination, I think, has been stemmed from the beginning. You look at Duke, who just got bounced today. They've got Cam Boozer and Patrick Gungba. You look at Florida, who's the other 1 seed. Their front court was unbelievable. And then you got Arizona's duo. You got Michigan's duo. Both of them defensively. Koa Pete's unreal. He's got a really good offensive game to him as well. But I think both of these teams defensively are very, very stout. I don't know if this is going to be an up and down, lightning fast shooting game, and that's the game plan that I said I think that Michigan needs to use in order to win the game. So that's what scares me the most. How about this before we get out of here, fellas? The next question I want to ask you is the losers of the Elite Eight. You had Purdue, you had Iowa, you had Duke, and you had Tennessee. Now, I would expect Duke's losing Cam Boozer. They are losing I would expect Isaiah Evans is gone. That guy was unbelievable from 3 at times this year. Dame Sarr could be gone with his 6'8" frame and good defense. You look at Tennessee, Nate Ament's gone, Gillespie's graduating. You look at Iowa, Bennett Sturts is gone. And you look at Purdue, that senior trio. And even it was more than just the trio. You're looking at Braden Smith, who's leaving, TKR, Fletcher Lawyer have also graduated. Oscar Clough, I believe, is out of eligibility. Which of these 4 teams, Purdue, Iowa, Tennessee, or Duke, is best suited for 2027?
You want me? I was going to say
either one. Mac was kind of pondering, so he wasn't necessarily ready.
I have a scenario where Cam Boozer comes back to school because he sees that he's going to be drafted by the Wizards, and also this game has turned him into a demon that wants to win something for Duke. I know that there's probably a 0.0001% chance of it happening, but man, it would be awesome. His family's got enough money, probably making a pretty good amount of money in NIL. Might have just had his heart broken. And if he's anything like his dad, he probably wants to win one for Duke, right? Why would he just come back and terrorize college basketball for another year?
Troy just moved the needle for me from 0% to 4% chance he comes back.
All right. If I keep talking, we can get this up to 8 to 10% here. I mean, his brother's going to be on the team. Everyone's going to be.
I'm going Duke because their recruiting class is pretty damn good coming in. Duke doesn't lack players. We'll see if Scheyer can actually finish the job for once now. I mean, this is a real narrative now.
Yeah, you're not wrong. How about, by the way, we failed to mention Cam Boozer actually didn't get a call in this one. He got elbowed just under the eye.
Yeah, he got fucked up good.
And he had a mouse there. That was something that he needed a boxing corner to just kind of iron out after the 3-minute, 4-minute rounds, you know?
Yeah, the freezing cold metal.
I enjoyed that.
Put the burger press right on his cheek.
Yeah, I wonder if that affected him at all in the second half. But that, I think, does it. Any other talking topics that you guys wanted to bring up in this Elite Eight recap episode of the College Basketball Experience?
No, I'm done. I'm out.
We fulfilled our job, Mac, by the way. We expanded 4 games of talk to 1 hour and 18. That was impressive.
Yeah. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. I'm going to the Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
Taking the coonskin cap to the Outer Banks.
Yeah. I'm going to be in the Outer Banks, and then I'll be in Indy on Thursday, and I don't want to hear from anybody. I
can't wait until we see a random post on Wednesday for Mac, and there's just like a cheerleading competition going on. Mac's out there with fucking Bill Belichick's girlfriend and the adult cheerleading squad.
Yeah, you never know what I'll get into down there at the beach.
I was trying to quote the Outer Banks show, like the beginning of it, but I forget what he says after.
I forgot that.
The Outer Banks, and then it's like with your left hand free.
That's a good. That's a good movie series. Yeah,
Netflix series. Yeah.
That's good.
It's like a TV show. It's not.
I like this series a lot.
Mac likes that one because
I sat down during COVID and watched it, but I haven't caught up to it. I don't believe. Yeah, it was solid. I just don't, you know me, I don't watch movies or TV shows or anything, but we'll have a lot of time during the off season of college basketball. Troy, what are your plans?
This week we aerate the golf course, so I'm actually kind of happy that we're at the schedule where we won't be doing the show every single night, where I've got to try to then go in, because we aerate the golf course. It'll take us 10 or 12 hours, 2 days, to make sure it's all cleaned up and everything afterwards. It does suck, but here in about 10 or 12 days, it'll be significantly more fun to play the course. It's a little bumpy from the winter.
Gotcha.
Greens are a little bumpy.
You can follow him on social media at Troy Tuning. You can follow Mac at Moneyline_Mac, and you can follow me at NoahB77_. Follow the show, TCE on SGPN. Subscribe to the show here on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Hit that follow, like, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening to on your app, on your phone. We appreciate it very much, as that time of year is coming around the corner where Mac and Colby will begin their 138 college football previews this year. And they've got to sort out all of the conference realignment madness that's happening right now. And Louisiana Tech says they're in the Sun Belt when they're really being scheduled in the Conference USA. So
I think I'm on the hook for some of those too, Noah.
There you go. You're the unlucky one. I don't believe I'm on the hook for any right now. So
just stay silent and just smile and wave, Noah.
Yeah, smile and wave, boys. But yeah, that's the show. The college basketball experience. We've got a couple of stuff planned ahead. Tuesday, tomorrow, we have college basketball crown picks. Monday, tomorrow night, we have college basketball crown picks. Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning, we have NIT picks. Wednesday night going into Thursday morning is when we will do the Final Four picks. Thursday night going into Friday will be college baseball picks. Friday night going into Saturday morning, I believe we are back with college basketball crown picks. And then Saturday night going into Sunday, we are back with national championship predictions. And then Monday night, we will be here recapping the national championship and giving out our way, way too early Final Fours for 2027. This has been the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here.